Hello, listeners and viewers. This is Teacher Agbenyaga again, and I hope you are very well and safe wherever you are. This is part 4, the final part on the teaching on TROWO or nature spirits among the Anglo Eʋes of Ghana, West Africa. In this part, we will look at private TROWO or occupational TROWO or nature spirits. In part 2 and 3, I have discussed the public TROWO. In this final part of the teaching, I will focus on the personal and occupational TROWO. So, what is personal or private TROWO? These are TROWO that serve the personal interest of the members of the cult group. Membership is voluntary. Indeed, they serve the features of modern clubs and associations. The majority of the private cults come under the Jokble Anyi TROWO, also known as native spirits, as they constitute the largest group. It applies to all TROWO native to the new settlement of the Anglo Eʋes. Now let's look at some of these. The Jokble Anyi TROWO, and as I've mentioned previously, these are mainly private cults. For instance, Voodoo Zakpata, this is a private deity or a private cult. Avuchu, Tutokonyi, Togbegbaku, these are ancestors, but they are private. Plekba, Adehe, Togbichali, Nyanyake, there are several of them. The list here is not exhaustive. On the Anglo Eʋes land, these are mainly the private cults, as I've mentioned, and there are several of them on the Anglo Eʋes land. The Amajro TROWO or the stranger spirits are the imported TROWO brought from neighboring tribes as a result of social interaction. Though they are generally considered as at the bottom of the spiritual hierarchy, yet some of the imported spirits in the Anglo land have for a long time remained leading spirits. For example, Nyigbla, Afa, and Eʋes. Now let's look at the remaining. Fofi, Kaklakaje, Voduda, Gebieso, Agbui, or Avlakati. Avlakati is the maritime deity of the Eʋes cult. Avlakati is a very powerful deity. Lakaja, Agbosu, Kolia, Sebo, Blekete, or Blekete, or Nana Kunde. These are all imported or foreign spirits that were imported into the Anglo land. Nana Gaso, Tobuya, Sakra, Alafia, Nana Asogra, Chingeli, another popular cult in the Anglo Eʋes land, but it is of a foreign cult. Anglisi, Tigari, that's also another popular one, but it's been imported into the Anglo land. Koku Voodoo, the same. Gambada and Zangbeto. So that's just few of the imported deities that came into the Anglo land over the years. The occupational TROWO serve particular economic interests. In a fishing community, a cult designed to protect the interests of fishermen may be acknowledged as a village cult if the large majority of members are fishermen. In this regard, an essentially occupational cult assumes the character of a public cult. The occupational TROWO stand midway between the public and the personal TROWO, where a whole community or the greater part of members is engaged in the same economic activity, a cult designed to protect the interests of that economic group. So now let's look at the occupational TROWO. Previously I mentioned Ablekati. This can be found in Keta, Jelukope, and as I mentioned, Ablekati is a maritime deity of the Eʋes cult, and that deity is purely for fishing. That is what it's been designed for. The cult is designed for just that, for fishing. The rituals around Ablekiti is amazing. Bakbotwe and Fungo in Eʋes, that's also in Aŋlo, Aŋloga area. Those deities are also designed for fishing. Aka and Gaja in Fanyi. These deities are purely for farming, and these two deities actually came from the ancestral home in Hogbe, so they are very ancient deities, and they are purposely designed for farming. And Gu, that's the deity for smelting or blacksmith, or what some Anglos will refer to as Vanyevi. So there are plenty of these deities on the Anglo land, purposely for occupation, either for fishing, farming, blacksmithing, or other professions. This brings us to the end of the teaching on TROWO. I hope you have learned something new. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe. Please, I hope you will keep on discovering yourself until you know or find thyself. Thank you.